Hi, Neil. How
Hey,
you doing?
good morning, Eric.
Turns
I'm
out
well, thanks.
Neil is a fan of yours, but was quite shocked to see the visual.
Yeah, I have no visual perspective on you at all until just recently. Did you make the short film? Did you make the movie?
You know that Eric.
No, I have.
No,
I have
no.
not.
Oh, no.
The writer's strike slowed down production.
No, he didn't make the
course it
movie
did.
yet. I'm waiting for that movie script. He has not made that yet. But, you know, it's funny with Eric. He probably wants a shot on How I Met Your Mother. Am I
Yes.
right? There
Wow.
he is.
There he
We can
is.
see him live via cam.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Interesting hands.
I could be your wingman.
Eric, is that a new hair color?
Yeah.
I just had it colored, yeah.
All right. Eric, go ahead. I'm sure you want a job on How I Met Your Mother. Is that correct?
Well, I was just calling in because I heard that Neil Patrick Harris was talking about me and just wanted to say hi. And, you know, I do watch the show every week.
Oh, thanks,
I-
dude.
I thought it was funny a couple of weeks ago.
All right. You're slowing down my
Oh,
interview.
boy, here you
All right.
go.
Okay, goodbye. It's enough. Not now. Call back it later. He just said, fuck. I just saw
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's entertaining, but he's a bit of a jerk off.
Yeah. So, but he's our jerk off. Neil, so
Welcome back, Artie, by the way.
Thank you, Neil. I appreciate
It was big news last week.
How I Met
Everywhere.
Your, so you get a job on How I Met Your Mother. And
Yes, sir.
I started watching the show from season 1.
Cool.
And I'm going to talk honestly now. I think the hot girl on the show, I don't know her name,
Kobe Smulders.
Kobe Smulders, the
Yeah.
hot chick,
Yeah.
the one who he's in love with.
Yeah.
I feel
Plays Robin, right?
she gained weight. Now,
Wow, no.
oh,
The opposite is true, actually. There's a story.
she doesn't look that hot to me.
Really? Now? Dude, you're not
She's
watching
got a
close
great
enough.
face, but the body is getting
Her,
chunky.
no, her body's killer. Actually, the opposite was true. In the first season, she was
Chubby.
She was not as skinny as she is now.
Is
Not-
she
she wasn't
skinny
at
now?
all chubby, but it was TV standards with girls' bodies are crazy.
They're not crazy. It's the way it's got to
It's
be.
TV. I hear
don't
you.
tune in to see reality. I want to see fat chicks. I can do that walking
hear
down
you.
the street. I mean,
She's not all fat. She's unbelievably gorgeous. In person, even more so. I'm a huge, huge fan of
Fred,
hers.
you're a judge of women.
Do you
Dude,
watch
she's
this
beautiful.
show,
I
Fred?
She's a pretty girl,
I
but
don't watch the show. I'm gonna go on the internet and take a look at some.
Take a look.
all right, take a look and see
Kobe,
what I'm talking about.
C-O-B-I-E, Smulders, S-M-U-L-D-E-R-S.
So I stopped watching the show because of that.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
There are so many hot chicks on the show because now he's single and dating other girls. Sarah Chalk
Yeah,
from Scrubs,
Britney
but I
the
Spears.
gave
blonde,
up. I
Britney
gave
Spears.
up. Now let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You were criticized because you
was.
But I understand what you were saying. You felt the show was strong. You didn't need to have stunt casting with Britney Spears in your show.
Not even with Britney Spears. It was post the Britney Spears thing. We were all
Right.
very conscious of being protective of her because she's so weirdly damaged in the way that
Yes.
society perceives her. You know,
How
so I
was-
didn't want
How
to be
was
that
she
guy.
on the set?
She was good. It was a weird week because security was raised. We all are wearing wristbands. There's
For your own
camera
show.
guys that have snuck into the parking structure and are snapping pictures
Oh,
from above.
dear.
It was very weird.
Were you upset that they cast Britney Spears in that part on your show?
Not at all. Are
You
you,
were
kidding?
not. Okay.
They didn't even. She called, their camp called How I Met Your Mother and CBS, I suppose, and said, "We hear there's this part for a receptionist on the show. Would you think Britney Spears, would you be interested in Britney Spears doing it?" And everyone thought we were being punked.
I watched
Some
that
sort
show.
of weird joke.
I watched that show. I thought she was fabulous.
Yeah, she did a
I
great
thought she
job.
did a good job. But here's the fear. If she really is that mental, which obviously she must be. How many times do you see a broad lose custody of her kids? I mean, she's got to be whacked out of her skull.
Something's going on.
Something's
I don't
going
know.
on. But when you were working with her, did you say, gee, I don't see any sign of mental illness. She seems to be perfectly rational here. Did you see?
You know, she was very quiet and really kept to herself. She now has people that are in eye contact all the time to make sure that nothing's going bad, you know, nothing's
Right.
going south.
Oh, so she's watched every moment.
Well, yeah, right, because her
Can those
dad,
people watch Artie?
her dad can.
Yeah, could we
Please.
get that same group?
Hey, what about that for us?
So that whole week, everyone was dying to get on the set and to hear the dirt, and everyone wants to know the dirt about her. And
Well, Mike
there
Walker-
wasn't much dirt. to
Mike
be-
Walker told us,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you'll be honest with us or not. Would you be honest with me?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Mike Walker did a report and said that most of the cast members were upset that she smelled.
Absolute not true at all.
Not true.
Not true at all.
You did not detect an odor from Britney Spears.
Not a foul odor. She smelled like perfume. I
She
think.
did.
Yeah.
That'd be great if Neil said that's the one rumor that's true. She stunk.
Can you describe how she smelled?
I really can't. She was sort of surrounded by. She smelled a lot like hairspray because she was surrounded by hair guy that was constantly dealing
Maybe it
with
was
her hair
somebody
and
in the crew
makeup.
that smelled that was around her.
She smelled somewhere in between dog shit and really great pussy.
Who would call Mike Walker to say that she smelled bad?
Oh, people call.
That's a weird thing to say.
It's a pathetic
every time
country.
I smell bad, people call them.
But
Benji?
to get back to the controversial statements that were made,
Yes.
I was asked a question that was, why do you think a gem of a show like How I Met Your Mother needs stunt casting in order to succeed? So my response to that was, I don't think that we do. I wasn't even referring to her. Like, that was our highest rated episode ever. It brought so much attention to the show. There would be no reason for me to then go behind weeks later and talk shit about her.
Does she have to pass an audition to be on How I Met Your Mother?
Oh, absolutely not. No,
No.
she's a big star, like, in the world.
But how do you know she can deliver the goods and be funny? That role
We
called...
didn't.
You didn't. You took
No.
a chance. What if she had really sucked?
Well, we're not filming in front of a live studio audience.
Right.
And so that was good for her. It was a good sort of safety net. So if she messed up her lines or something, they just do multiple takes and then they would edit the best ones together.
So during the course of How You Met Your Mother, the show's going great. You play the womanizing guy, you know, this and that.
Barney Stinson.
Right. So then it comes out that you're gay.
God. Yeah.
And I was wondering if that would affect the show because people go, like,
I was worried too. I didn't know.
yeah. Were the producers worried?
No, I think the network might have been the most worried. But I had to have conversations with them, private conversations before I released any sort of statements and stuff because I didn't want to step on anyone's foot.
But in a way, thank God for that. I mean, you didn't want to make it about you being gay, but Perez Hilton outed you, right? He kind of was the guy who outed you.
He was sort of on a witch hunt to out me. He started posting things saying, if you've ever fooled around with Neil, please send him pictures. He was really trying to get some scandal going. So rather than have to respond to that, I'd rather just respond to the,
right. So
topic at hand.
So you came out and just said, "Hey, look, I'm gay. Who gives a fuck?"
Yeah, at that point, I had a boyfriend for 2.5 years.
It wasn't like you were hiding it.
Right, yeah.
But you
Carter
weren't
and
making
Craig
an
and
issue.
CBS knew, and
Right.
yeah, for sure.
Did you ever confront Perez Hilton and go, what's your problem? Like, what are you looking to
No,
screw
I
with
mean-
my life some way?
Well, it's a tricky subject because people decide that they want to be out in the open, whether on a public forum or in their family to friends
their
and stuff
decision.
at
That's the
their
point.
time. But Perez is from a generation that feels like it's a non-issue. So
Right.
it's offensive to him when people don't declare that because in his world, it's always been part of who he is.
And that's
Yeah, but
great,
you're-
but
but
still,
you're-
he's messing with your livelihood.
He is
maybe.
because you're
Yeah.
a leading man
Potentially,
type.
yeah.
You're a leading man type, and the fact of the matter is that it could hurt your career. And in a way, I understand sort of wanting to just not make it all about sexuality and
Sure.
being gay. You know what I mean?
But I don't really feel like I'm that alpha, like leading man guy. That's
Right.
some guys that need to be worried about with that. I think I'm gonna be like the funny sidekick or the supporting actor in a blank guy.
Yeah, I mean, like I watch Rock Hudson movies now, and when he was in these leading
Yeah.
roles,
What do
with
you think
Doris
of that?
It's weird. I kind of looked at him differently. I was like, well,
Really?
he's a gay guy, but I don't think it's an issue for me anymore. I don't care. I
But
honestly
at
don't.
first, you did look to see if you could see something now.
Yeah, like
now
Gary-
you're
Yeah.
watching them
A
again.
limp wrist
Yeah.
or something.
Well,
Some kind of
Gary said to
affection.
me, he's a big fan of How I Met Your Mother, and he said when the news first came out to him that you were gay, he said for the first 3 episodes he watched after that news came out, it was on his mind. He goes, "Oh yeah, Neil's gay," and then he said after 3 weeks he forgot about it and didn't care.
Because it's a character.
You
Yeah,
know?
and thankfully the writers and Carter and Craig didn't care either. Like they didn't make him more of a womanizer or try and deal with it. They just sort of kept writing the show. It's kind of
it's a
nice
non-
that way.
I
Actually.
think it's a non-issue.
cool.
Yeah, I really truly do. And I'm
But you
thinking
have
about
That's nice
you
to
know-
hear from you, actually.
But you know what I think?
Have things changed outside of this show, though? Do you notice that you're getting different offers or fewer offers?
Business-wise?
Yeah.
No, not really. Things
Yeah.
are fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but you might not know that, too. You never know who's
That's
not
true.
calling
Right.
because
The Michael Bays and shit might not call as much.
you're not going to be in Pearl Harbor, too. But, I don't know. If someone's messing with your business, that's one. I mean, look, it's great that Perez Hilton thinks that way. He's probably right. But, he should ask you before he does something like that.
Well, hey, Ralph, you're on the air. Go ahead with Neil.